So now we've learned all about the visibility change event, as well as some of the states that come from our event target. What we're going to do is hook in some actual DOM functionality. When we start playing our video and navigate away, we're then going to pause the video. When we then come back, we're then going to start the video again. So this will be a nice demonstration for us to then complete our project a little bit more, as well as demonstrate this real API. Now, when we press the play button, we are in fact toggling the media status. So this toggle media status is simply saying if the media is paused, then we want to play it, set the icon of course, otherwise we want to go ahead and pause it. So what we essentially need to do is call the exact same function based on the visibility state. So if the document is hidden, we want to toggle the media status, and when the document is then visible, we want to toggle the media status. However, that's not going to give us the entire solution, and it isn't quite as simple as this. So let's save this out. Let's go back and press play. We can then navigate away. That does in fact pause it. We can then come back and it starts playing again. Now the problem is that if we are not playing, we can then navigate away and it starts playing, and then we come back and it stops. So it kind of gives us both of these behaviors. So we need to learn whether in fact we are playing by default. So we need to in fact detect whether the video has started playing, otherwise we're just going to simply ignore it. So for this, we're going to introduce a let variable, which allows us to reassign it, and we're then going to conditionally assign the value of it. So by default, it's going to be completely undefined. And then if our document becomes hidden, we're then going to check the property to see if it's playing. So what we essentially want to hook into is this media paused. But as you know, we essentially want to know if it's media.playing. Now we don't have media.playing, so we need to invert the paused, which means that it was playing. So at this point, it's playing. Otherwise, it's not playing. So this allows us to then toggle the media status accordingly. So instead of having it under there, we'll move this up into our if statement, and this almost completes the picture for us. However, we can say was playing and assign it the value of true. I'm going to move this up, and then we're also going to say it wasn't playing, so we can say was playing equals false. So now inside of our visible, we can say if this item was playing, then we want to toggle the media status. So let's save this out and see how this works. So if we land on the page, we then navigate away, you can see that nothing happens, and you can hear that nothing is in fact happening, because even though the document is hidden, was playing was false, and therefore this becomes false, so we're not toggling the media status. However, when we press play and then navigate away, this is essentially going to be playing. And what we could do is remove our comment, in fact. And I'm going to change this over to is playing. We can then have a nice constant that says is playing equals not media.paused. So if our video is playing, then we know that when we navigate away, that the video was playing, which means that when we come back to being visible, if the video was playing, we want to then toggle it back again to then start playing it. Otherwise, we're just going to ignore it, which then when we come back, completely ignores it as well. So let's give it a demo. We can press play. We can then tab away. You can hear that that's gone completely silent, and we can go back and forth all day and our code is working correctly. So there you have a nice page visibility API demonstration. We've then hooked in our existing media object. We've then conditionally decided to run some page actions when the user decides to tab away. And we can do this as many times as we like based on those events, that visibility change. And of course, because it's an event listener, we can add as many visibility change events as we want. So that is in fact it for this chapter. It's a short chapter on page visibility. I hope you enjoyed it. And this is a really nice way that we can tie in some of the real world things that we've built into this video course. So that's it for this lesson. I'll see you in the next one.